Hello viewers, I believe you'll be doing great. It's so good to be back here today again with you. And if you're just joining this channel, I want you to subscribe to this channel. In this channel, we'll learn about how we can become better speakers of the English language, how we can improve our pronunciation skills and our vocabulary. So, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Glory. Today, we're going to be learning about other ways to say, how are you? Yes, other ways to say, how are you? We are used to saying, how are you all the time whenever we see someone or we're trying to know about the person's welfare. So, when we want to know about a person's welfare or wanting a person is faring, we keep asking this question saying, how are you? But do you know that it's good for us to spice up our vocabulary? So instead of saying, how are you all the time you meet a person, here are other ways or other things to say instead of how are you. Are you ready to learn with me? Then let's jump right into it. The first thing to say when instead of saying how are you is what's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, so you can ask a person what's up. What's up can also mean how are you? That is, you're trying to know what's happening with the person, how the person is faring. You can also go, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How have you been? How have you been? Let's say you've seen the person for a long time or you're answering a call. Instead of saying, hello, how are you? You've heard from the person for a very long time. You can say, hello, how have you been? How have you been? That's also another way to go instead of saying, how are you? Another way to say how are you is, how are things going? How are things going? You want to know how things have been going on for the person or with the person. You go, how are things going? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so what's going on is also another way to ask a person, how are you? You can say, what's new? Or what's new with you? What's new? Or what is new with you? So when you say what's new, like you want to know, is there anything new about you or is there anything new with you? Let's know about that. So instead of saying, how are you? You can ask, what's new? Or what's new with you? Yes, these days it's not easy, with the economic situations. So you can ask a person, how is life? How is life with you? How is life? So that is also a way to ask a person, how are you? You can say, how is everything? How is everything? How is everything? That is also another way to ask a person, how are you? How is everything? Okay, so let's say you got to know that the person has not really been feeling well. Instead of just asking, how are you? You can say, how have you been feeling? Or how are you feeling? How have you been feeling? Or how are you feeling? So, when you ask that question, it will make the person to want to express him or herself by telling you how he or she is feeling. So instead of asking repeatedly, how are you? How are you? We can ask these questions, okay? You can ask these questions to spice up your vocabulary. I hope you learned something from this video and you're going to share this with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you can do that by hitting the subscribe button below and try to share the video with your friends and families. See you some other time. Bye-bye.